second, you'll understand.
Single mothers raise suicidal children.
But wait, there's more.
If you are raised by a single mum, you are at an immediate disadvantage. A woman cannot teach a boy how to become a man.
Oh no, single mothers raise feminine boys. The child might learn compassion, empathy. He might understand that emotion is human. The sad thing is that he's equating being feminine to being weak. In the first clip, he's completely trying to correlate suicides with single mother homes, not fatherless homes. But wait, he has something to say on that too.
Don't blame the dads for upping and running away when you were the one who decided to open your legs to him. If he was that bad, what does that say about your cognitive ability to choose an appropriate spouse for yourself?
It's our fault, no matter what. Take the man and throw the whole thing out.
Oh my god, your bra strap is showing. Oh no, no one can know that I, a woman, am wearing a bra. Someone call Victoria because her secret is out.
The stupidest thing a man has ever mansplained.
I love when men mansplain things to me because then I get to respond to it. And I've crafted so many perfect responses to mansplaining. I'd like to share them with you. Here's my first and favorite one, when they explain something to you that's just blatantly obvious. And if it's so obvious, let's remember that has nothing to do with us and everything to do with them. Sometimes I'll just ignore it because I'm thinking, oh, you must not have known that recently. That's kind of cute. But if I want to call them out on it, I'll just go, yeah. So when did you learn that? They just go, and if they get real defensive, well, I've always known that. Then I get to go, so then why would you think that I wouldn't? Okay, but also when they explain something to you that you just said, like they explain back to you something you just said, then I go, yeah, that's so great. I'm so glad that you understood what I was saying. That's perfect. Good job. They get so mad. Okay, or when they're just being a total dick and they're mansplaining and you get to go, that's almost right.
I just think it's really funny that misogynists always want to talk about the 1950s housewife archetype in order to insult or like put women in their place, but they never want to talk about the gender norms for men in the 1950s. Housewives only existed because men were expected to be working men, which meant they got up every day at 8 a.m., put on a suit, and went off to work and didn't see their family until 5 p.m. And they had to do this because they were expected to be the sole provider for 5-person families, which was obviously more manageable in the 1950s, but bear with me. Not only that, but when it came to dating, the pursuit was 100% the man's responsibility, which meant the guy had to initiate every date, and you had to take a girl out at least 4 or 5 times before calling her your girlfriend. Definitely weren't getting laid. And then you had to get married before you were like 23. All financial responsibility fell on the man. So unless you want to pay for every date without having sex until marriage and then buy me a house and then work every single day of your life to pay for my lifestyle and children that you never get to see, don't tell me I belong in the kitchen.
So, the patriarchy is like a man having his boot on a woman's neck. Feminism is women asking that the boot be removed. Men's rights activists think that having to take their boot off a woman's neck is some sort of reverse oppression. Conservatives figure that there was never a problem with the boot being on the neck until the woman started complaining about it, and if everybody would just shut the fuck up, things would be fine. Good guys take any complaint about the boot as a personal attack because not all men wear boots. Male allies try to discuss the issue in a way without alienating the boot. Women with internalized misogyny don't know why these other women are complaining about the boot on their neck. They love having the boot on their neck, and there's something wrong with the women who complain. Meanwhile, the boot stays on the fucking neck.
I'm gonna explain something and I want y'all to listen up. When I was 4, I was trampled by a dog that was much bigger than me. And ever since then, I've had a fear of dogs. And that was 14 years ago. And I've come across many, many sweet dogs. But still, anytime I see a dog, I get panicked. Now let's talk about bees. Lots of people are afraid of bees. That's a very common fear. And even if you haven't been stung by a bee, people are still scared of the idea of getting stung. And I first got stung by a bee when I was 7, but I was still scared of bees before that. But not all dogs are going to trample you, and not all bees are going to sting you. So if I make a statement like, dogs are scary, it's a given that not all dogs are scary. Do you see where I'm going with this? Chances of getting bit by a dog are 1 in 73. Chances of getting stung by a bee are 6 million to 1. Chances of getting raped? 1 in 5. If any woman makes a video about women's issues with men, don't you fucking dare say not all men. Those types of videos are meant to be educational and bring up issues that women go through. They're almost never meant as a personal attack to you. It's only an attack if you make it one.
I made a video talking about how guys are always like, well, you know, if you want equality, you're gonna have to give up all the female privileges you have. And then how they proceed to list things that like aren't privileges, like getting a door held open for you or dudes buying you drinks because they expect sex from you. The horror of not having that privilege. And as I'm scrolling through my notifications, I noticed that one of my followers and like some other random ass grimy man are having a debate in the comment section. So I tune in because I'm curious. And on God, this guy is like, you know what is female privilege? Saying that you have a headache to avoid having sex. My guy! You know what oppression is? It's having to fake a physical illness in order to get out of sex that you don't want to have because people won't take no for an answer. It's y'all being so entitled that you think being denied sex is oppression. Anyway, interact with this if you believe in any of the following. The boys have found me. I get like 40 misogynistic comments a day.
Oh, never mind, it's men's football. Boring. How am I supposed to focus if there's a man wearing shorts? And I mean, he's even got a t-shirt on, for fuck's sake. I can see his elbows. I'm so distracted and turned on constantly. Hey, sexy daddy, can I have your number? You look beautiful. No, why not? Just give it to me. Just give me the fucking, you're such a dick, gigolo. He wore shorts like that and didn't want attention. I think he was asking for it. So, how are you gonna balance work life and being a father? Male CEO. That's hilarious.
Have you heard that Tom got promoted? Can you believe this? He's handsome but not smart. I wonder who he slept with to get this position. Yeah, Chad is hot, but he's a little slut. You know how many women he slept with? I think like 3. Here, young man, what are you wearing? These shorts are too short. You know how the girls are at school. They have to focus on learning and not be distracted by your skin showing off. Please go change. This is your car. Isn't that a little bit too big for a man like you? Do you know how to drive this? Okay, let me put my seatbelt on just in case. Do you know how to park with this? Or should I do it? Let me do it. What are you doing? You're playing like a boy. Grow some pussy.
How we live in a world that makes fun of guys who cry, but 80% of suicides are guys.
Okay, this one's for dudes. And this is a perfect example why feminism is beneficial for men. All of you think feminism is hating men. It's not. It's about taking down patriarchy and its oppressive norms. Even though men are the ones who benefit from patriarchy the most, they're still victimized to an extent. You can think of it as misogyny being a two-way street. Patriarchy tells men they shouldn't be vulnerable or show emotions. It uses misogyny to label those things as feminine things. So when men get vulnerable or emotional, they're criticized, made fun of, told to be a man, not to act like a woman. That's toxic as fuck for men. Because men end up bottling up their emotions. They have nowhere to seek help for. And they don't know how to deal with these emotions. Patriarchy oppresses all of us. Some more than others, yes. But all of us. So men needs to be a feminist also for their own sake.
Not all men, but all women are bad drivers, and all women are moody, and all women are emotional, and all women get to be painted with the same brush. But don't you dare generalize men. That's unfair.
Women are always like, we want equality. Where's our equality? Pay us more money. Oh my God, stop murdering us. But like, none of the women want to step up and commit 50% of the aggravated assaults. Where are the women sexually harassing 97% of the men? Because as far as I can see, it's just men.
It's not all men. You know that it goes both ways, right? It happens to men too. Yes, it does. But do you know what the difference is? With you, it is individual. With us, it is systematic. It happens in family, it happens multiple times in public, it happens openly in school, with doctors, with teachers, with authority figures. It happens even on live TV. And no, by saying this, I'm in no way, shape, or form belittling male victims. But do you know what I found interesting? That the only time when you speak about male suffering is when you defend yourself when we speak up. If you truly care about male victims and male suffering, then make videos about it. I am so sorry that I talk about the systematic oppression of women. Because what I'm talking about is not happening since days, since months, or since years. It happened since the beginning of time.
Listen, you not a different breed. You just different. You're weird.